Morning, how you doing? Today I am in Canterbury, more specifically we're at Tyler Hill. I've just come down from the main track line, which obviously gives us clues as to what we're exploring today. That's right, we're exploring a culvert. Another culvert that bypasses underneath the original old main line, which then leads up to the University and Tyler Hill tunnel, which, as you know, is not accessible because obviously bat preservation and everything else. And the university and that lot do some specific tours at specific times, etc, etc. Today we're doing our own little tunnel today, this beautiful culvert that lies just down here. Now I'll tell you more information when we're down there. The water's quite deep, so luckily I've brought my waders. Let's go do it. Come on. Let's go. Hello, properly. Welcome back. We're on the Sarpen, which is a sort of deceptively deep stream that sort of undulates in its sort of depth. And actually, this is why this culvert was built. Now, what's really interesting about this culvert is that what you're looking at originally wasn't the look of it. In fact, there's a couple of really nice images which proposed it as being brick built to begin with. It's obviously coincide with the Tyler Hill tunnel and the railway. So this was built around 1830, pretty much at the start of when this was all being built. If I can just get for a little bit more. And what the idea was that this was to stop erosion from the rest of the stream. Oh, try and do this and talking. And it's got quite a good length to it. And the good thing is, it gets a bit shallower in there. Now it's going to be a bit of wind, so I do apologise for that. But yeah, look at this. Oh. Let's go in and have a look. Come on. Right, let's go take a walk. Oh. Wow. So quite a straightforward culvert, really. But what you've got to imagine is that these concrete rings are new additions, and that what originally would have been with brick. As you can see, we're going underneath now. Hello, Mr. Cave Spider. Although you're not, are you? Oh, yeah, there you are. Yeah, look at you. Bit of graffiti. Like I said, it's very shallow here, but to actually get in, you definitely need waders. You can get through the other side here, but ooh, have I got a spider on my head? Maybe. I'm wearing a man bun and there's something crawling in my hair. Anyway, like I said, you can make it from this other side. And you can see it's really shallow. You could easily get into it from this side of Wellington's. You wouldn't have to go into the deep section. But I just thought, might be a bit of fun just to try something a little bit different. Also, gets me testing out my waders as well, which I really needed to do, because I haven't broken them in properly yet. So yeah, the waders, huge result. And yeah, so yeah, I've given you an amazing piece of history there. So like I said, around 1830, and like I said, all of this originally would have been brick, so none of this concrete. And then above us is a disused railway track, and then if you go that way you'd be going into Tyler Hill. Now I wasn't really sure about the Sarpen in terms of how deep it was. We've had a lot of, due recording, we had a lot of rainfall, and to be honest, I could have come this way on the opposite side. It's way more fun doing it the opposite way, isn't it? Getting your waders out, come on, nice bit of fun. Anyway, there you go. Nice bit of underground history. It's a shame, like I said, that what we're looking at isn't actually the original look of it. And built again, like we always see with culverts, obviously built to help with the erosion, to obviously dispel the erosion. So you've got a bank, and you've got another bank, and then up on that bank is where we are gonna walk up there. So don't worry, everybody. We are gonna sort of complete our journey for today. Yeah, I bet it's really funny. I bet there's a spider crawling all over my hair right now. Don't even know. It feels like there should be one. But there you go. Right. A little bit of a narrow squeeze as well. Just wanted to sort of point it out. So 5 foot, maybe 5 foot. Not really sure about dimensions, but there you go. Anyway, let's head back because, yeah, bit of fun. Come on. Yeah, like I said, more importantly, I'm having to duck because of the spiders. Because I'm worried. I've mentioned this before, don't have a man bun when you're in places like this. Stupid. There you go, I just had to stop to illuminate that a bit better. Really noisy in here. See my footprints. Oh, brilliant. Oh, now it gets significantly deeper straight away, which is obviously what we came into. Now we've got to negotiate the drop. Now it's calm. I just had to oh wow. Just had to make sure that I left my stuff there, which you should never do. I mean, again, this is a stupid thing about being on your own, isn't it? But I had to leave it there. So it would have been funny if they'd seen a pair of Wellingtons and a rather stylish jacket, I must say. A bit too posh for today's explore. But yeah, so we understand this from this side, it is just literally a deep pool. So I came in a difficult way and I bloody loved it. What a great excuse to test out waders. Might be something for all of you lot out there. If you ever need a little test, I often believe that you should always try and do little mini things to test out your equipment first. I've got a brand new pair of waders, trying them out, work really, really well. Good old Amazon. There we go, brilliant. There's our culvert. Right, well, we need to go up and check out the original train line. Been doing so many tram tunnels, as you probably know. It's hard to forget when you do a train line. We're going to go up and explore the abandoned train line. And we're going to go to Tyler Hill Tunnel, the entrance, or one of the entrances, just to sort of show you, to put everything in context. So let's go and do it. I better get out these waders. Come on. Right, so I'm now walking on the original track bed, and yep, right in front of us the infamous Tyler Hill Tunnel. Now, I mentioned this in many videos in Kent because it's really the last great surviving one, you could argue, bar Ramsgate's tunnel, which obviously was converted into air raid shelters. But Tyler Hill is really a thing in its own right, and obviously we're not allowed to go into it. I'm not going to, but we are just going to put everything into context. Obviously that goes up to the university campus, a place that I know all too well. A lot of my old friends used to go to Canterbury Uni, well, Christchurch. Yeah, there you go. It's deceptive because from a distance you sort of feel like it's could be open, but that is completely bricked up, no access at all whatsoever, which is great. Now there is another entrance portal on the opposite side. It's an expansive tunnel, really. When you look at lots of images of it, it's really beautiful. And I know some of you are probably screaming at me going, well, why can't we have a history lesson on this as well? Well, at some point you probably will do, but I have done pretty much, well, I have done all of the disused tunnels now in Kent, bar, like I said, Ramsgate Tunnel, which is its own thing, which we're going to cover, and obviously Tyler Hill, which is behind us. There is another one which I'm currently asking for permission on, which is sort of on the Kent-East Sussex border, and we might visit that one at some point as well, just to finally tick them off. Although that one, without telling you where it is, it's not the most impressive one, but it's still quite unique in its own right. But I'm working on that one, as I'm trying to on this channel many a time. So there we go, what a way to end the beautiful, disused, blocked up Tyler Hill Tunnel, the infamous one in Canterbury. And we've explored its other little mini tunnel, the culvert, which I sort of gave you the history on. So hopefully you enjoyed all that brief bit there. Hopefully you like the original photos that I'd found as well. It's a really interesting report, if you ever get a chance, if you ever want to be as sad as me, from the Kent Archaeological Society, when they're in stages of redoing the culvert, converting it into the concrete structure that you see today. And actually what's interesting is that the old brick one is very familiar with the culverts that we've seen on my channel anyway. And it goes to the point of, I always say this, culverts are interesting because there are so many famous culverts that we have, mostly up north, however, there are a couple in the southwest area, you know, but obviously up north in Sheffield, for example, we you know, they're well documented and they're huge, like the Megatron, for example. But the most interesting thing for me is being a Kent local lad, being in a place that I openly admit, Canterbury for me, as I walk away from Tyler Hill Tunnel, Canterbury for me is my favourite place in Kent, and I really mean that, and it goes almost against everything that I am, really. I'm a country bumpkin and I don't like busy places, but Canterbury for me is such a vibrant place. The history just jumps out at you, the nightlife is incredible, and that is probably the only place in Kent these days where I would quite happily spend a whole night out. Well, I can't say now, my old weary self, but in fact the last night out that I ever had was in Canterbury, funny enough. And I really enjoyed it, and it just, you know, I used to have a lot of friends here. They used to come to Canterbury Uni campus, so yeah, I'm very familiar with this place growing up, and I really used to love it. I've probably mentioned before that when I was younger, obviously even now I'm still all over the place, but you know, Brighton and Canterbury were literally the proper student places, and when I was young enough to be a student, I remember them both fondly in equal measure. But Canterbury, I just love it here. I love Fordwich. My favourite pub is in Fordwich. Wonder if you can guess. My favourite pub in Kent is in Fordwich. Guess which one that is. And yeah, there you go. So it's got everything here. It's got my favourite pub in Kent. It's got some beautiful landscape around here as well. And I just love it. I love driving through Canterbury. I love exploring Canterbury, just as somebody who needs some time out. Anyway, I said too much. Hopefully you really enjoyed this video. And in more words of Phoenix history, because history matters, feel free to spread the word of the channel. Much love to all of you out there. Hopefully I gave you a decent enough history lesson, and I'll see you all very soon. Remember, much love to all of you out there. Take care, and ready? Kapow! See you later. later.